Everyone. So in this video, I will walk you through Hollywood Flat. Sorry, Broadway Flat. So we know that the Broadway Flat is also size of 4 by and 8. The only difference that in Hollywood Flat and a Broadway Flat that in the Broadway Flat we use the toggle on the flat side. So first let's draw a reference rectangle of 4 by 8. 4 by 8. Let's drag that into the center of our drawing. This. Now, in the Broadway flat, the toggle is for of the 4 by 1 wood or 1 by 4 wood is on the flat side. What does that mean? That let's draw a rectangular from the 4 feet to this 4 feet. And now the depth of this one would be the 3/4 inch and the height of this one, which is axis y, will be 3.5 inch. So 3.5 inch up here. Enter and enter. Oops. Let's do it back. So tab, x-axis is 4 feet. Y-axis I want to go 3.5 inch. Enter, enter. Now that is the first toggle. The toggle for the top, I can bring this toggle back and drag it on the corner of this toggle to the corner of the reference rectangle. Now click it and simply mirror it from the center of this reference rectangle. Now the bottom toggle is also with me. Now I want to draw the side toggle. To do that, just click a rectangle, bring to the bottom of the bottom toggle. The height I already got for this one from the reference rectangle. What I want to give it, the width. So height is already I got, which is tab X. And now I want the Z, which is 3.5 inch. Oh, okay. Bad, my bad. So the height is, so for this one, the x-axis, we want to change the x-axis. So tab, x-axis will be 3.5 inch, which is the width. And then the z-axis is already 7 feet and 5 inch. So that's enter, enter. So now I got the side, left side. I can select this one and mirror. Now I got the toggle. So this is my basic frame of my Broadway flat. I put the reference rectangle on the side. As you see, this is the basic frame. Now what I want to do, I want to put toggle in between in these two. So up here, each after a 2 feet of distance. So from here, I will draw a 2 feet of distance reference line. And then I will copy this one or duplicate this with Command D. So I got it. Bring the center of this one at the center of the line. Now you see that this is already intersecting with the left and right. So I don't want that. I can do this by two ways. I can check what will be the distance from this portion to this portion with the help of scale. So if I put the cursor of my scale up here on this point and bring it till this point, this tells me what is this distance. This distance is 3 feet and 5 inch. Correct? So I can do this just by changing the size of this one up here. The width 4 feet. I can do that instead 3 feet and 5 inch. Enter, enter. But as you see that this has reduced the size from the right hand side. So I can either pick this one, bring it into the center, or in another way, I can already, just reduce the size by reducing with the help of the cursor. So this is my toggle number one. The next toggle I also want at the 2 feet. So draw a reference line from the center of this toggle on the top at 2 feet. and then select this toggle and say duplicate, and then drag the center of this toggle to the center of the line, and then select this toggle and give command duplicate, command D. This would automatically take it to the next reference height. Let's take this reference line out. This is the basic frame now for my Hollywood flat. Now I need to give them height, which will be the height of 3¼ inch. I can give that now or I can give that later on. I also want the corner for these four corners, like a corner luon to give it a strength, and also corner up here places to give it a strength. I can do that by simply making a triangle with the help of polyline. So let's say if I wanted to make a triangle which will start from here, here, with 45° angle here and here. So that's a triangle. I can take that triangle and put it on the top of this. If you think the size is too little, I can change the size or make a new one. So let's take it back. Select this one and then mirror this to the left. And then what I can do, I can select these both with shift and then mirror these with the center of my frame. So mirror and then come to the center, and now I got the corner for these two corners also. Now I want strengthening block for these ones, so just simply put a rectangle there and then mirror this one up here and then select those both, command shift and say duplicate, and then simply drag those at up here into the center. Okay, and then select shift and say duplicate, and that's already been placed there. I can change this a little bit just to make it more neat. Okay, so this is now all the strength been put, and this is my Hollywood frame. I haven't given the height to this one. Now I can do that. Select these frames individually, and these are 3/4 inch luon. So let's say select this one first, this corner first. One, so 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. These are 1/4 inch luon. Sorry, yes, 1/4 inch luon. So let's give them height, which is command E, extrusion, and there is 1/4 inch there. Okay. Now remember that these all have been started at z-axis at 0 level. I want to put those on the top of these frames. The height of these frames will going to be 3/4 inch of height. So I can give this as 3/4 inch of height on the z-axis. Now they've been placed on the top of these ones. Now I want to give height to these. So with the help of shift, select these frames up here and then command E, and let's give them 3¼ inch of height. Okay. Now if you go and look into the right isometric, left isometric anyone, you see that's been already, these luons are already on the top of this flat as corners, and this is the basic flat. On the Broadway flat, they generally put a cloth on the top of this one. So I can bring my cloth on the top of this one, or I can just make a note that stretch canvas cloth on the top, or I can bring this rectangular on the top of this one. Now remember the rectangular, if I am using this rectangular as reference to cloth, maybe I use a dotted line for this one. I can change that from here, give it a dotted line. Okay, so change from here, give it a dotted line. Okay, no, I don't want this. I want a line, and from here line type. And this is the dotted line. I can also put some hatch into this one just to make it, you know, pattern, just to give it some kind of pattern as if this is a cloth. This one I want on the top of this frame and this toggle. So in total, this frame, which was 3¼ inch, and this toggle, which is 1/4 inch, are 1 inch. So for this one, the Z axis I want to give it, and at this moment there is no Z axis because this is not three-dimensional. So I can, if I bring it on the top of here, this will be at the bottom. But if I go to the right isometric, you see that this has been pushed in the bottom. I can bring this rectangular on the top of this one. So if I select this one and bring it up here, the rectangular is already on the top of the frame. Okay, so that's your Hollywood flat. I'm gonna go and basically take that on the side just to give it more visibility for your Broadway flat. So let's take this back. And now I want to create a couple of viewport for this Broadway flat. So go to the viewport, view, create viewport, and then I want to change the sheet. So create on layer, which is, I want to use a sheet layer different than Hollywood. This is the Broadway, new sheet layer, and give it name Broadway flat, sheet number 2, Broadway flat. So now this is sheet number 2. Sheet number 1 was Hollywood. This is sheet number 2. And drawing number 1, I can give drawing title as plan. From here I can use the top plan. This will bring it to the sheet layer as top plan. I can duplicate from here this one and bring it here, and then change the titles from the title block. So this is drawing number 2, and this one I want to give name as, let's say, right isometric, and then choose from the view as right isometric. This is right isometric. I can duplicate again from here and bring it back, and this drawing, let's say, give it number. So this was the right isometric. This drawing number 3, let's say I want to use it left. So drawing number 3, title left, and from here I want to use left, and you see that toggle has been, the drawing has been created as left. And then let's duplicate this one, and the number 4th drawing I can use as maybe front, and change it from here to the front. And now it's been changed into the front. So this is the sheet layer for your Broadway flat. Well, that's all. Thank you. If you do have any questions, let me know.